Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thriving Thursday. And this is where I give you a little tidbit, a little bit of something that can help you to thrive in your day and in your life. Because who couldn't use a little bit more thriving, right? And I've been going through all the notes in my phone. I take notes in my phone in a specific app, and I don't know where I started. I think in 2016, maybe earlier than that. Actually, no, I think 2014, but I wasn't very good at using it back then. It hadn't become a habit yet. Now I literally write everything in here. Everything I need to know is in here. But I was going through looking for inspiration, things that I've learned through my past. And the most interesting thing I just found in my phone. So I'm always struggling to feel normal, right? That's my issue, that's my challenge, that's my burden to overcome is do I belong in the world? Am I just like everybody else? And that's my drive to, I guess, continue sharing with people is because I recognize that other people saw me from the outside differently than I felt on the inside. And that was a challenge. I mean, at first I didn't see it, and then I saw it, and it didn't make sense. It was confusing to me. And eventually I accepted that the way people saw me was different than the way I saw myself. And then I made the shift, enough of the shift where I saw myself more equally to the way other people viewed me. And just recently I had a really powerful moment where I knew and internalized I internalized the fact that I was wrong. My viewpoint and the way that I saw myself was actually incorrect. And so that I think was the final healing. And I mentioned it to a friend because, she was one of my oldest friends that I really have, that I still have a relationship with. And I thanked her for seeing me in this positive light. And what I was doing was I was listening to audio of myself from 2016, 2017. And I recognized for the first time that I was wrong. For over 40 years, that I believed that I was worthless, that I had no value. And even when I accepted it and believed that differently, I believed a different storyline for myself, I still knew inside of myself that I before was defective and now am not. And other people were lying to me. They were not really being honest to me when they treated me well. And so 2023, so I was 51 at Thanksgiving. And in 2023, I think February 2023 is the first time that I realized that that narrative and that story about myself being defective, worthless, and having no value was inaccurate. That's pretty amazing. So anyways, what I found in my phone. What I found in my phone was a note from 2017, April. This is Biz 417, and on April 13th, 2017, I don't even remember going to this. But Krista Hogan was there, obviously speaking. And I'm pretty sure I met her recently she was at a committee with me. So now it's 2023. This was probably this is probably fall of 2022. So 17 to 22. And I was thinking to myself, this person is pretty important. Like her name was familiar, but I didn't really remember anything specifics. I enjoyed her. I liked her. She had a lot of cool things to say. She certainly gets a lot done. She seems really important. I didn't feel intimidated. I didn't feel worthless. I didn't feel less than. And what I just read in my phone is what she told us from the stage in 2022 is that she works in the morning. She realizes she hasn't showered several hours later. And then she arrives in the office in the afternoon when it's quiet. That's what I needed to see. That's what I needed to know today, because that is the story of my life every day, every day. And I would put it under the assumption that I'm going to exercise. And so I would wear my exercise clothes, haven't showered. Therefore, I'm not showering because I need to exercise. But then I never get around to exercise because I'm just working. And then eventually I'm going into a panic-stricken mode. I need to leave the house, or I need to shower, or I haven't showered. But I work better in the afternoon and in the evening. But I'm always shaming myself. Always. I shoulda. And it feels like I'm wrong. I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm not like everybody else. I'm different. I'm blah, 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 blah. And the people that speak up and say things like this that are just a tiny bit different than the norm that I can relate to, and I can feel acceptable and okay that happens, instead of giving myself shaming, guilt trips, right? So that's what I needed to hear today. And I am in the process of putting a little bit of structure in my life. I might shower earlier a few days a week. We'll see how that works out. But just to know that I'm not the only one, it's changed my life today. It just made such a difference, and it's okay. So that's what one of the benefits of Thriving Thursday, I hope, is for you to see somebody else's brokenness, somebody else's vulnerability, somebody else's issues, and to internalize that and believe for yourself that you're good enough and that you're acceptable just the way you are. So thank you for listening today. I wish you all the best. Go live your life of abundance. And I'm shaking my head again.